Dear student, from chapter number 1, rotational dynamics, we have to see some formulas as well as problems in today's lecture. So here one table is displayed. The table, in that table, analogous kinematical equations are there. Analogous kinematical equation means we know the equation related to the translational motion. Same equation we are written for the rotational motion. So before writing this analogous equation, let I tell you one thing here. So when we are using analogy, so in the kinematical equation, this u is initial velocity. So in angular or in rotational motion, we are using omega 0 for angular velocity. So u is initial velocity, omega 0 is initial angular velocity. So v is final velocity, final linear velocity. So instead of that, we are using omega in rotational motion. A is a linear acceleration in translational motion. So in rotational motion, we are using alpha. It is linear angular acceleration. So S is the displacement in translational motion, linear displacement. So we use analogous term theta. Theta is angular displacement. So these words we have to replace. You can see here, average velocity is u plus v by 2. So average angular velocity is given by omega 0 plus omega by 2. Now, so this is the first kinematical equation in translational motion. V is equal to u plus at. The same kinematical equation we are written for the rotational motion by using analogous term. Omega is equal to omega 0 plus alpha t. Now, after that, second kinematical equation in translational motion is S is equal to ut plus half at square. Same equation we have to write by replacing the analogous term. So we get theta is equal to omega 0 t plus, so here 1 by 2 is missing, 1 by 2 alpha t square. In the same equation we can write theta is equal to omega 0 t plus 1 by 2 alpha t square. So this is the second kinematical equation. It's a printing mistake, so alpha is missing in this formula. Now the third kinematical equation is v square is equal to u square plus 2s in translational motion. Same equation we can write in rotational motion by replacing corresponding term. Omega square is equal to omega 0 square plus 2 alpha theta. These are the kinematical equations which we have to use while solving the problems. Some analogous terms also we discuss here related to translational motion and rotational motion. So in translational motion, linear displacement generally we represent by symbol S. So analogous term in the rotational motion is angular displacement. It is represented by theta. Now linear velocity in translational motion analogous to angular velocity in rotational motion. So the formula is for the linear velocity and angular velocity is given here. Linear acceleration in translational motion is analogous to angular acceleration in rotational motion. Next one, inertia or the mass is in translational motion is analogous to moment of inertia in rotational motion. M and I, they are analogous. Linear momentum, which is given by formula m into v, is analogous to angular momentum in rotational motion. Formula is this. Force in translational motion analogous to torque in rotational motion. Work in translational motion and work is in rotational motion, they are analogous. So you can see here the formula. Work is given by formula force into displacement. So in rotational motion, the same formula we can write. So by replacing force by analogous term torque and linear displacement by angular acceleration term. angular displacement term. So work is equal to torque into this angular displacement. Power in translational motion and rotational motion, they are analogous. You can see the formula. So power is work by time, and in translational motion we can write F into V. Same formula, F is replaced by this torque and V means the linear velocity is replaced by angular velocity. So we get the analogous formulas. Now see the table. In that table, so this is a object axis and the expression for moment of inertia and the diagram for that is given. Now, thin ring, it's a ring or hollow cylinder, and the axis is like this. You can see this axis. If this ring is rotating about this axis, means axis passing through center of the ring and perpendicular to the plane of the ring. Okay? Then, or we can see that central axis, the moment of inertia is given by formula mr square. By using parallel and perpendicular axis, we can write various cases or various modification by changing the axis also. Now next one, thin ring, same ring, about diameter. About diameter is half of this, half mr square. So you can see the axis in a diagram. Now annular ring, but it is thick walled or hollow cylinder. If the ring is thin walled or thin ring, then these two are the formulas you can see. But if the ring is thick, then the formula for moment of inertia is this: 1 by 2 m r1 square plus r2 square. R1 and R2, they are radius, okay, inner and outer radius. R1 is, you can see here in a diagram, inner radius. R2 is outer radius. Now next, uniform disc or cylinder, solid cylinder. And the axis is passing through center and perpendicular to the plane of disc. So this is the axis, you can see the axis. Now moment of inertia is 1 by 2 mr square, that we already proved. So same disc, but the moment of inertia is about diameter. It is half of this, means mr square by 2 divided by 2 means mr square by 4. So mr square by 4 is the moment of inertia of disc about diameter. Now sphere, hollow sphere, and axis is passing through center and along diameter. Then moment of inertia is given by formula 2 by 3 mr square. 2 by 3 mr square. Same sphere, but it's a solid sphere. It's a hollow, and now this one is the solid. And the same axis about this passing through center and along the diameter also. Moment of inertia is 2 by 5 mr square. M is the mass and r is the radius. Now, uniform symmetric spherical shell. If it is a spherical shell, then it has a two radius, inner radius r1 and outer radius r2. Then the moment of inertia is given by formula 2 by 5 m r2 raised to 5 minus r1 raised to 5 divided by r2 raised to 3 minus r1 raised to 3. So this is the moment of inertia of spherical shell. After that, rod, thin uniform rod, or you can say that rectangular plate. and the axis is perpendicular to length and passing through center. And this is the axis which is perpendicular to the length and passing through center. Then moment of inertia is ml square by 12 or 1 by 12 ml square. Now same uniform rod, okay, or the plate, but the axis is perpendicular to length and about one end. So about one end, you can see the axis which is passing through one end. The moment of inertia is 1 by 3 m. It's a L, because rod don't have radius, so it's a length. So 1 by 3 ml square. So 1 by 3 ml square. So this is the moment of inertia about one end. So this moment of inertia we can obtain by using a parallel axis theorem also. Now next one is uniform plate or rectangular parallel pipe, and the axis is a central axis passing through center. So here length and breadth and mass is given, then 1 by 12 m L square plus b square. This is the moment of inertia. Now next, uniform solid right circular cone. It's a cone, okay, and it's a solid circular cone, and axis is central axis passing through center. Then the moment of inertia is 3 by 10 m r square. And it's the same cone, but if it is hollow, then moment of inertia about central axis is given by formula 1 by 2 m r square. M is the mass and r is the radius. Now we have to start a problem from chapter number 1, rotational dynamics. It's a problem number 18 from exercise. Let me see the problem. A motorcyclist, that motorcyclist we have to consider as a particle, is undergoing vertical circle inside sphere of death. The speed of motorcyclist varies between 6 meter per second and 10 meter per second. Calculate diameter of the sphere of death. How much minimum values are possible for these two speeds? Okay. So this is the problem, and this is the answer given in the textbook. Let me check whether we are getting the answer or not. Now motorcyclist is in the sphere of death when it is following a vertical circular motion. So speed varies between 6 meter per second and 10 meter per second. So here you can see this diagram. When he is moving in a vertical circle, so 6 meter per second speed is at the top and 10 meter per second is speed at the bottom. So these are the two values of the speed you can see. So here they given speed at highest point and speed at lowest point. And by using that we have to find out diameter. So we find out radius and we double that, we get the diameter. And how much minimum values are possible for these two speeds? Minimum value at h is under root rg. As we get radius, then we can use this formula to find out minimum speed at highest, as well as minimum speed at bottom is under root phi rg. So only we have to find out r, then diameter by multiplying it by 2, and by speed at minimum speed at highest and lowest by using these two formulas. Now see, we use here conservation of energy. By conservation of energy, we can write equation. Total energy at L and total energy at H is same. Then kinetic energy plus potential energy is the formula of total energy. So kinetic plus potential at L is equal to kinetic plus potential at H. So kinetic at L, so this is L. So L is the lowest point, so no potential energy, because potential energy is mgh. So lowest point means no height, so potential energy is 0. And kinetic energy, we are written half mvl square. Vl for speed at L point, lowest point. Similarly, at H we can write 1 by 2 mvh square plus mg into H point is highest point. So this R plus this R. 2R is the height. Mg into H. H is 2R. So the M from every term get cancelled. We can take M common from this right hand side and the M from left hand side get cancelled. So we get 1 by 2 VL square is equal to 1 by 2 VH square plus 2 RG. Now 1 by 2 we can take common. So this 1 by 2 and this 1 by 2 get cancelled. So here we get 4 RG as we take 1 by 2 common. So we get formula VL square is equal to VH square plus 4 RG. Now we substitute the values. So here they given VL is 10, 10 square. VH they given 6, 6 square is equal to 6 square plus 4R. G we have to take 10. You can take 9.8 also, but we take 10. Okay? So we, after solving this, 10 square 100, 6 square 36, 4 into 10, 40R. We get this formula. Now we can transfer this 36 to this side. So 100 minus 36 and then 40 also this side. Okay? So we get the next step. 100 minus 36 is equal to 40R. So 64 is equal to 40R. So we get R is equal to 64 by 40. So it is equivalent to 8 by 5. Means 1.6 meter is the radius. Diameter we have to find out, and diameter is twice the radius. Okay, you can see here diameter is twice the radius. So 2 into 1.6 is 3.2. So diameter of sphere of date is 3.2 meter. Now here we get diameter. Now we have to find out minimum possible speed at highest and lowest point also. So minimum speed at highest point. So formula is under root Rg. So R is 1.6, you can see here, and G is 10. So under root 16 we get. Under root 16 is 4. So 4 meter per second is minimum speed at highest point to maintain that vertical circular motion. So minimum speed at lowest point. So formula is under root phi Rg. So phi multiplied by R is 1.6 into G. So we get under root 80 by doing the multiplication. Under root 80 we can write 16 into 5. So root 16 is 4 and root 5 as it is. So 4 root 5 is the minimum speed at lowest point to maintain vertical circular motion in a sphere of depth. So we obtain here the answers. I hope you understood this problem. Now, next problem is problem number 19 from the exercise. Now let's see. A metallic ring, it's a ring of mass 1 kg, mass is given, has a moment of inertia 1 kg meter square, moment of inertia is given. When rotating about one of its diameter, the axis is about diameter, it is molten and remolded into thin disc, thin uniform disc of same radius. And mass is also same because we mold, means from the molten ring we made the disk, how much will be its moment of inertia when rotated about own axis? Now we have to recall here two formulas: ring about diameter and disk about own axis. Now here given mass is 1 kg. ठीक है? Moment of inertia of ring about diameter is mr square by 2. So mass is 1, r is 1. ठीक है? Now pay attention here. So mass is 1 kg, moment of inertia is 1 kg. Radius is not given here, but they given the moment of inertia. ठीक है? This mr square by 2 is 1 kg meter square. This is moment of inertia of ring about diameter. Now moment of inertia of disk about own axis, and it is also mr square by 2. So answer we get 1 kg meter square. So you can see here moment of inertia of disk about own axis is mr square by 2, and you know that this mr square by 2 is 1. So here we get answer 1 kg meter square. This is the answer for the problem.